ever. It's always so shitty. That's why it blows my mind that they're literally sitting here trying to make an appeal to Black America. Like, come be on the winning team. You're on the losing side.
Bro.
Are you on crack?
Well, this is the play, right? This is the POC play, right? The Rainbow Coalition. All of the brown people, we need to team up and build a Voltron because that's what it takes to dethrone the white man, right? And then after we dethrone the white man, we're all supposed to be equal together, which is always bullshit. So in reality, we'll dethrone the white man and have somebody else in charge. And I don't know if I trust you niggas.
There's no reason to, because they're going to turn on you.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, and this is why I never support Black women. I'll support
women
turn
on each other.
Right. I'll support women, tawny and swarthy women that don't call themselves Black. They can call themselves Indian or whatever. But if they say they Black, I know she's gonna stab me in the back. Look, what they want to do is a Black girl playbook, right? Nationalist, globalist, but they're not tribalist. They're not tribal. When they say, man, everybody want their own section, yes, that's what nations are built on. Nations are built on people with their own language, their own rules, and they fight for their own border. Yes, everybody's tribal.
And that's what Black Americans are asserting now, maybe for the first time ever. We are our own nation with our own language and our own borders. It's called America, bitches.
Right. And,
man, it's a beautiful thing to watch you brothers wake up to that.
And the only people that can game bang properly are dudes in the Midwest. So
I support that too. I do support that, being a Midwest.
But no, everybody hates Chicago niggas. But here's the thing, though. The Africans run from Africa. Okay, first of all, they don't know how words work, right? You can't say that you're our evolution. If we came from you, according to their story, right? So you can't evolve from the core. Like, that's not how evolution works. That's how regression works. You can't say that we need you, that you don't have no money. You came over here on a student visa and tried to get married to Chocolate Bunny to stay in the States, but you're bringing so much to the economy while you're sending money through Western Union. Well, back then it was Western Union, now they Cash App it back to where you're from. So you're taking the resources and sending it back where you're from.
Yeah, they're just sucking America dry. That's really what it is. They're just leeches, bro. Anyway, let's finish this clip out. You can pause it if you just tell me to pause it if you want.
Get depressed. We don't. We just sit there, find a way to move on from it. And that's why we believe we are mentally strong. We don't play on all this emotional stuff like every other person play over here. We get knocked down, we get up, we move. Now you're talking about the Essence show, where were all the Black Americans when they were selling it or trying to look for board members? None of you wanted to buy it until a Nigerian and a Kenyan decided to step in to take over that. And still yet you hate on it, but guess who attended it more? Yeah, you. yeah, I saw some of you over there. But you're pretending, talking nonsense. You ever want to try out the fufu you can get? Guess what? We don't eat all this bugger. We don't do all that. We eat real food. That's why when you want to get physical and somebody knocks you out like a one blow 7 apples, you're going to get some. So the truth hurts. You're talking about your ancestors. You're talking about you not being from Africa. Some of you don't even know your great-grandfather's last name.
Damn.
Yeah. And nobody said you can't go to Africa. Nobody said that. Book a flight. You have a passport. Passport gives you the right to travel. Use it.
If we're already disconnected in America, we would be even more disconnected going back to Africa. Like, imagine us, anybody that's native born American, just uprooting themselves and just plopping down and Uganda, right? Like O'Shea did it, but most of us, I don't even know how well O'Shea likes it. Like, I don't know if
O'Shea
I don't know.
He didn't like it too much.
Is he went back to Poland? No, I know he started out in Poland. Like when I first found O'Shea, I think he was in Poland doing the medical school thing. Then he moved to Uganda, and now he's just like a rich YouTuber. So you can do
Africans don't even like it in Africa. Yeah, they're leaving Africa, for Christ's sake.
With a 13-year-old, they ran him up out of Africa. He went back somewhere.
Get out.
Hey, he got out. Exactly.
Get out.
Hey man, I don't make the news. I just report it, bro.
Thank you for that. Oh God, that shit just touched my soul. That nigga really got ran off the block.
Ran off the block.
Damn, son. Niggas be talking all of this blackity black shit, man. Anyway, let's stay focused.
Use it, explore. Because there's a saying, a man who travels is more knowledgeable than a man who stays at home. So don't be out there being sad.
Pause it real quick.
Be
Pause it.
pitiful.
He said a man that travels is more knowledgeable than a man that stays at
More
home.
knowledgeable.
Hey, look, I'm struggling to understand him, bro. But bro, with me, I'm gonna say he's correct. But here's the thing, because he's absolutely right. Right? You see all the things you didn't know you were missing when you go out of town, right? I get,
dude. Does he realize traveling around America is like traveling around fucking?
Don't even worry about that
European
part.
countries.
Don't even worry about that
It
part.
is, bro. You could spend a year driving around America and
never see
still
the
not
same
take
But
it
you
all
know this
in,
from
bro.
driving semi, dude. I used to ride in a semi with my dad. America's
Yeah.
fucking huge.
Yo.
Huge.
You know the hours I spent, and I haven't even left the state yet. Driving across PA is like a 4-hour run, bro.
I agree, guys. I promise you I do. And y'all hear my
That's
time.
even using the turnpike.
Let me land a plane. This is what I'm saying. The conversation they're having only works with men who have not traveled. Because any man who has traveled realizes once you get on that plane, and I've been getting on planes since you need a birth certificate. Before 9/11, when you had to get a passport, you could just go with a birth certificate. Once you hop on that plane, you're American. So all this, man, we the black people, and look at us, that only works with people who never leave the block. You just go with a birth certificate. Once you hop on that plane, you're American.
Mike, you gotta turn your TV off, bro. You got your background noise crazy.
Only works with people who never leave the block.
Mike.
Yeah, we don't need to hear dirty folks say that shit twice.
4 times, bro.
I'm gonna mute you up for a minute.
He got a reverb on a reverb. That was hot. But nah, that's all I'm saying, bro. Once you leave, you're American. You're not a French American when you go visit Paris. You're an American that went to Paris. Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't going to Ireland, dude, and them. I'm not going to Ireland and them considering me Irish at all whatsoever.
They're not. I mean, you drink beer, but you don't even drink beer.
No, I don't even drink beer, dude. I'm like, doing sins against my birthright.
Yeah, your
so-called Irish blood doesn't really give you the pass like that. I mean, listen, actually, technically, right now, they just might need the numbers, so they might forgive your transgressions if you can, fight.
I doubt it.
I hear they're burning effigies of African boats right now. Ireland is getting hot, man. Ireland
see, the
is not
thing
like
is
the rest of the UK.
Europe, I was going to say, Europe doesn't even consider white Americans as European.
Nor should they. I don't want to consider Europeans are gay, bro.
So that's why I don't understand the whole argument about Africa and quote unquote black Americans. You're not African American shit, dude. You guys are all black American, just like I'm white American.
1991, bro. I had never heard no dumb shit like that until Jesse Jackson said it. Bro, all of this is new rebrand.
You guys aren't African shit, dude. You guys are so far removed from fucking Africa, dude. Come on.
Worse than that, bro. Even if you count only 20% of colors were actually slaves. Everybody else lived in Boston getting killed for tea and shit like that. Even if you ignore that, right? Bro, everybody had Indian in their family until 1988. Roots came out, and then all of a sudden, nobody else was an African booty scratcher. Now you're African American, and Mexicans are our friends. When did this happen? In my lifetime, this happened.
Yeah,
Mexicans
actually, if you look at the
Mexican,
dude, if you ever look at the Mexican ghettos, it looks more like white ghettos. It really does.
The Mexicans actually lobbied to be classified as Caucasian. It's weird how now we're
so did together, Africans.
Like literally the white man. Africans
so
too, really?
Or Africans though, hood. Africans are legally white. I had a friend
legally white
that showed me
that should be a movie
video. This is maybe 20 years ago. When the immigration comes, they have videos showing that Africans do not talk to the African Americans, and gave all the reasons they shouldn't talk to African Americans. Stay on your own shit, and you could be legally white. So all this, man, we together in this. No, we not. Yo, BD.
Yo, can I say something?
Yeah, your audio is clear now. What's going on?
Yeah, this Africa and America thing, right? I am from the US Virgin Islands. I see the hate and all animosity what that is coming from Africa. It's all jealousy. They in 2025, they need to do away with the whole culture and adopt the American FBA way. Because I'm telling you, I work with these people, I live amongst them. I don't know what it is, but these people are backwards. They don't know how to speak. The food is disgusting. I don't mean to talk bad about them like that, but it's the truth. They don't like American for some reason, and you can see the way they speak, the way they live. I'm telling you, but a movement going on. Black people, Black Americans is waking up to the fact that these people throughout the years is take advantage of the resources of Black America. They use Black America to, huh?
That's what I was telling them earlier, man.
Yeah, they use Black America to get where they at, because Black America is the only set of people throughout history know how to fight more than any other race. Black and white built this country. That's what is this black FBAs, and we is the only one who set trends when it comes to style and music and etc. So they need to get with the program. Because
you said you're from the Virgin Islands?
Yeah.
That's an American territory, ain't it?
Yeah.
Oh, then you're an American.
Well, yeah, I consider myself like half, because
if it's an American territory, you might as well be American.
Yeah,
right.
But
you just got a funny accent. You're an American.
Yeah. You know why they claim black? I'll tell you why they claim black. Because the boomers are so cowardly, they like girls soft with clothes on, and now black is run by women.
No, I think he's onto something though. Honestly,
no, I get what he's saying, but
the black struggle, man, to try and get ahead.
Right, that's what I'm saying. The gays get to do it. The Mexicans get to do it. The Africans get to. Everybody
but black men and white men that are straight get to do it.
Exactly. It's all hatred towards the dominant culture. They're trying to put us against the white man because it goes on to intelligence too. You know, the way we speak. You know, they don't like the pronunciation of our words. If we speak like a senator or a governor and pronounce our words the proper way, we're acting white. You know, but soon as we talk ghetto,
you Uncle Tom,
and with slang, we're being hip and but
you know that only applies to men, right?
Yeah, really, it's crazy. You either a nigga or a cracker. There's no in between. That's a safe place to land.
You have to assimilate to one or other culture, either white or black culture in America, and if you don't.
Right.
Hey, dude, that's why Black America needs to just accept the fact that Black America are colonizers too, just like white America. Accept it. That's what you are.
Own that. Shout out to the Buffalo Soldiers.
I want to own it. I accept it, right? And shout out to Buffalo Soldiers, right? Here's the issue. You have not only there has to be a mass exodus, like a separation of whatever you want to call it. I call them Tawnies. You can call them FBA. You can call them whatever. There has to be a mass separation from other ethnic groups, not ethnic groups, other nationalities, because ethnicity is a different thing. Other nationalities, right? Any hyphen, right? Jamaican American, Nigerian American, and from black women, and then men need to establish the culture they want to be in, and then groom people into that. Because now it's a lot of, bro. The amount of times that women have called the police on me for checking women, it's phenomenal. So you can't even make a move as black if you bring your oppressor with you. No matter how much they blame it on a crayon, you're sleeping with the enemy. As long as you bring your oppressor with you, you'll always feel oppressed. So you got to start there. because they want black men to fight the fight while black women make the decisions and girls get the paint. Gotta start fresh, bro.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like we gonna have to fight for this country physically very soon. And if they don't,
it seems like there's definitely a push in that direction for sure.
I don't think so, bro. Because most of the problems that we have, you just close the door on. You know what I mean?
These people is defined as the American way of life, man. They want to bring their culture, their savagery ways into the heart of America, and the real Americans is not going to put up with it too much longer. I seen it. It's happening every day. So
it's allowed. That's what I'm saying. It's an easy problem to fix because it's a manufactured problem, right? Like when people say black people don't spend money in their community. Yes, they do. They just don't own the stores in the community. Why don't they own the stores in the community? Because you have to get permits from the city. And the person who's supposed to be your local representative who looks like you will give it to an Arab and tell their next door neighbor, nah. That is a systemic issue. It's
that's a systemic issue within your own community, though.
Sorry,
exactly.
Hold on. Because he was talking about bringing their savage ways to America. We got to run this one back.
They are pooping in the Central Park pool. They are pooping in the Central Park pool. And from what I understand, these are great.
It's the Central Park pool.
These are not poop from a child. Grown adults are doing huge poops in the pool, which is making it close regularly. When this thing began,
Now, we have swimming pools in New York City all over. I've never heard of that problem before. Do you suppose it is the native New Yorkers pooping in the pool, or
absolutely? Or that's always been a New York. That's been a part of New York history since New York's been around. They've always been in the street, New York, sir.
No, the street. The street is not the pool, and I'm telling you, this is a foreigner thing. This is a foreigner thing, bro. This is a very African, South Asian type of thing. Yeah, this is a very third world type of thing. Like you got to come from Delhi or something like that, where they just have different bathing habits.
Yeah, they shit in their own river.
Right.
And he got that snakes on the plane energy too. There's snakes on the
bro. Like if you in the pool, bro, listen. I was just at the pool with my kids last Sunday. Was it Sunday? Like a couple days ago, whatever day off I had. And I was at the pool with my kids, bro. And can you imagine being in the pool with your kids and a turd is floating by?
Wait. Huh? When you said the pool, I don't know why I was thinking of Central Park. You know, like the lagoon in the middle of Central Park. You mean the pool, like?
No, like there's a pool now in Central Park. Apparently, they put a pool in the park.
I'd rather swim in a lake with blue-green algae,
bro.
For real,
peeing in a pool is life. Duking in the pool is crazy.
Nah,
that's well. If you bring in people with low intelligence to the country in millions, that's what you gotta expect.
Because it's one thing when it's just the one guy and he's sort of, he's really isolated. He kind of has to fall in and stay out of trouble or whatever. He probably would never think to do that. But after a while, when they're surrounded by their own and they start to get the feeling of home and everything smells like curry, they just might drop a turd in the pool. Like, I mean, I thought that's what we were doing.
Damn. And it goes to all Africans, Spanish, all of them is the same thing.
Yeah. The third world is the third world, right? I'm not even going to make it a particular thing. I do like to pick on the Jeets, but yeah, the third world is a global problem.
Yeah, and they have a problem with us trying to push our culture, which is better than them. It is what it is. Either live like us or get out.
This is why I gave a strong defense of colonization as a concept, right? Because chaos and savagery is the norm. And so to have civilization, it means you exist in like a peaceful little bubble surrounded by savages. And if you want your bubble to, be strong, you have to constantly expand the borders because there will always be coming in. And so you have to push out. Not only do you have to expand your borders, sometimes you have to go out into the savage heart and subdue them right there and then forced them to stop being savages. And that was literally the idea of colonization. It's like, by hook or by crook, we're going to stop you guys from eating each other. It's just a bad look.
Yeah, but I give credit to the white man for helping my island become the most prosperous islands in the Caribbean. Because if it wasn't for the black and the white FBA, the Virgin Islands would not be what it is today. And all the rest Caribbean islands is jealous of us because of our status, but they don't want to acknowledge the fact that white people set the standards. I mean, white and black, but I'm talking about Henry Ford, the Wright brothers, Nicholas Tesla. Those people set the standards for intelligence, and they helped us create wealth throughout our
Nah, those
islands
people
throughout the
stole
years.
all their ideas from black people.
Well, Henry Ford did. Henry Ford
think
did.
so?
All the rest of them rock out. But
Well,
Henry Ford did.
no, that's the tongue in cheek. Don't go for that. Don't go for that.
I give credit where credit is due.
No, that's that whole "we was kings," white man.
Kings,
stole all
right.
our inventions. Don't fall for the bait.
Yeah, I ain't playing with it. I'm just saying Henry Ford.
Damn you, Hood.
All right.
He had George Washington Carver doing all the work for him and not paying him. But
You had him on the hooks, no man. I wasn't gonna
Douglas, Martin Luther King, you know, all the famous black people throughout history.
Martin Luther King did it all.
They
The
matter
sleeping
too, just as much as the white. So
the way you laid it out, the way I've come to that sort of conclusion is like I kind of expanded it more than just like America, but civilization itself didn't like what we call modern civilization. I'm not talking about like reading and writing and arithmetic, but actual modern civilization. It was brought onto the world by Europe. There's no way around that. Europe brought the world into modernity, like the industrialization and the age of discovery and all that. That was a European thing. The Chinese didn't do it. The Japanese didn't do it. You know, the Arabs didn't do it. The Mayans
didn't do anything.
Well, the Germans got active later, but you know what I'm saying. You know, everybody did something in terms of, you know, modern civilization in Europe. Like as a group, Europe did it. It was the British in a lot of ways. The British, the Spanish, they went around the world doing a lot. Like really, the modern world owes a lot to the British Empire, technically.
To European.
I'm talking about the American Empire.
The American Empire is an extension of the British Empire, kind of. But
right. Well, good. You got it, Dirk.
Nah, go ahead, bro.
I mean,
well, America's the pinnacle of Western civilization.
But
yeah,
the reason the American Empire is the most powerful empire in the world to me. I mean,
in our lifetime, yeah,
it is.
Right now.
So
right, and we are the continuation of the British Empire, though. That's kind of how we dovetail those two things together.
Right.
Yeah, we look at Britain right now.
But it can all be in the handbasket film repeal the 19th.
We are the last guns in the fight, bro.
I know, right?
Yeah. Well, I think that the thing when it comes to talking about who is responsible for modern civilization, instead of people saying that other people stole shit, maybe they ought to just say that they took ideas that other people already had and innovated on that and progressed things forward. I mean, this whole stealing shit is stupid. Everybody takes something that someone else already did
about the stealing.
So
about the stealing, let me speak to Bobby. Hold on, Mike. Give me a second, Mike. Let me speak to Bobby in the chat because he makes a point I want to flesh out. He says Arabs did create enlightenment. You have to remember they went into the medieval times, and they did enlighten with math systems. It did come from India, end of the Arabs. You got a little choppy at the end of your sentence there, but I think I know what you're trying to say, right? Now, here's the problem, Bobby. Arabs get a lot of credit for, and there were some creations, like we use like the Arabic numeral system, I think, but largely what the Arabs did, I think, was basically conquer and steal. And so from once you conquer a territory, you get to claim their knowledge and all that stuff. And so I don't know how much of a contribution the Arabs really did get. Well, thank you, Vince. I know I'm not alone in this because, the Western education is very propagandized, but you can learn these things. Like
that's what I'll say.
there is a reality. Now, finish your thought.
No, I was just
the Persian
I was saying
Empire
out loud, like Arabs got it from the Greeks, and he was like Persians. Same thing though.
Well, yeah, the Persians almost destroyed the Greek Empire.
Right. And so, and we're really talking about Arabs in the terms of post-Islam. So when people say Arab, they tend to mean post-Islam. We're not talking about ancient Xerxes and shit. But still, that wave kind of, I don't think they really were as innovative as people like to give them credit for. Because why did they stop innovating if that's the case?
I agree. I think those Frenchmen
once they stopped expanding. Once they stopped expanding, the innovation went away because the innovation was a product of their expansion.
It meant nothing. The only two empires in this world that set a trend for the way of life is black and white FDA. I swear to God, I'm telling you, George Washington, Frederick Douglass, the guy who created the stoplight, the Greeks, the basketball, football. Without FBA, basketball and football will not be what it is today. And who created basketball and football?
White guys. White guys.
You see, you get where I'm coming from?
But it's American.
You're welcome, son, people.
It's American, man.
It's an American thing. And this is kind of the track I've been on a lot lately.
It's
like,
American, but it's American, but it's ideas that were borrowed from Rome and Greece and Rome.
You know what? A lot of these things.
Yeah, that's true, but I don't think that's what we were trying to say with that in particular, Snowman. Like there is a Black American identity that is prideful and it's worthy of defending, and it has nothing to do with just being slaves, right? Because the Black American identity right now is we were slaves and the white man been beating us up for 400 years, and it's all trouble. Nobody knows my troubles and shit. But that is not an identity that you can be motivated by, right? Like the Greeks had literal gods that they looked up to, but our gods were like slaves that ran away from slavery. Like that's not a proud identity. And so there is a Black identity. There's a Black American identity that's actually something you can be proud of. And so I think I like to look at it in that way. There's a video I played at the start of the show of some light-skinned Black girl like, we don't need to constantly talk about the L's of slavery or whatever. Like there's a lot to be proud of within the context of being a Black American.
I agree with that. Here's the thing, man. Innovation is done by the have-nots, right? People with nothing make innovations out of something, right? We call football pigskin because they was chasing pigs. You get NASCAR from like white guys that was mudding. Like you get basketball from dudes.
NASCAR comes from the bootlegging. That's where that comes from.
Man, shout out to the Kennedys, right?
Not the Kennedys, dude. That comes from old school bootlegging, running moonshine and shit.
Wasn't that Joe
Kennedy? McCoy bootlegging.
That's back during the Al Capone era and shit. That's where NASCAR.
That's Pop Kennedy, bro. He was a legend.
That's Kennedy. That's Joe Kennedy, old man Kennedy.
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah. So here's the thing with that, bro. The entire thing about quote unquote Black America is a failure to invest in your sons. One of the most there's a movie called Crush Groove, and I watched it as an adult and got mad all over again. The whole base of Crush Groove is Russell Simmons asking his dad to believe in me, and his dad crossing him. Now Russell got to deal with loan sharks and mobsters in order to create a record label. That's the premise of the movie. But what touched me is I said, yo, I see that all the time. I've seen that since the boomers. Like the stories I heard from my grandparents with Silent Generation. Like, yo, the lack of investment. So like I invent something, right? And I'm like, yo, guys, I invented something. Let's do this. And they like, man, that ain't gonna work, man. You can't do that. And then I have to find somebody. I gotta find Snowman. Like, yo, Snowman, believe in me. Like, all right, my little colored friend, here, take a couple of dollars, bro. I know you can make it. Pay me back later. And then Snowman gets money off me, right? And now they like, oh my God, the Irish are so cold. Why can't Black people do it? Black people could do it. We came to you first, and you didn't invest in yours. But you want to take credit from it though, like a black man started, blah, 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 that the Irish got rich from. It's a lack of investing in yourself in anything other than menstrual activities and crime.
I think
to take a risk.
Yeah, it all
unless you end up
starts
in
for
jail.
you, yes. But
I think the civil rights era, it took a lot of that industrialness away, because the solution to the civil rights problem was welfare. And then we all know how the welfare culture, what it does to the human spirit. And so I think that was a fundamental part of Black America. Because like when we coming out of slavery, let me answer Chuckle's question as I make the statement too. Yes, Black Americans did benefit from slavery. Chuckle, you just got here perhaps because earlier in the show, I literally said, shout out to the slaves. You know, the slaves had to crawl so Michael Jordan could jump from the free throw line, right? Like, shout out to them. They did it all so we could be here right now. Now, that being said, the slaves came out of slavery with, you know, skills and tools and whatnot. And a lot of them went right into being industrious. And this is how you get your first Black towns and all that stuff. Like, there was a little bit of benefit. And so coming out of that,
I think it was more than a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, I have to acknowledge the reality without being all triggered by the idea of slavery.
You can't blame it on the welfare state either, hood. Because welfare was really for like Germans with the soup kitchens and all that. Welfare existed during Eisenhower or Roosevelt, whichever one was in a wheelchair. It wasn't that. It was women's choice, women having the opportunity to choose their own breeder. That stopped it. That's what happened during the civil rights generation. And we come back to penis saying, I need a man weaker than me that can provide for me. I need a slave, right? Back strong, man weak. That's where you get the tradition of slavery of a weak-minded, strong-backed man and matriarchy slavery. So you rule by a woman. What's the first line in the dude that wrote the book about how to get a slave? I can't think of his name right now. But the first line is put the woman above the man.
Willie Lynch.
Right? Yeah, Willie Lynch letter. First sentence, put the woman above the man. Like if you let a girl think, bro, she's gonna fuck everything up. And that's what Black America allowed since the 1940s and 50s, is women to have a voice. And then when
last 20 years,
then they need other men, because women don't have any tribalism in them. None. They be like, I'm a sister of the struggle. I'm a GD sister. And they got a baby by a vice lord and an MS-13. You got to call a gang troops to see your kids. Women don't have tribalism in them. They just want everybody to worship them. So when globalism comes into play, that's how you can get the LGBT and the Nigerians and everybody else to use Black.
That's feminism, though. That's weak men giving them the power to do what
I agree. That's why I was like, you got to separate yourself from that. That's what I say. I agree. But that's what it was. It wasn't the welfare state was a byproduct of I don't need no man, but I still want to have kids. But she had kids because she got to choose her own man.
Chuckle, I don't know why you're asking such provocative questions in the chat. You must be up on a Red Bull or something today. He says, can slavery civilize Africans? I wouldn't go as far. Obviously, slavery can do a lot. I keep telling you guys, don't underestimate the power of slavery. Like, if you think it, I'm stealing somebody's joke, but if you ever look at all the great wonders of history, you know, the pyramids and whatnot, all these giant castles, just throw a bunch of slaves at it. If you have unlimited manpower to throw at a problem, you can get so many things done, right? So that being said, yeah, it could, but that wouldn't be my solution. I think colonization would be enough. It doesn't have to be out and out slavery.
Slavery is dope though, bro. There's a video my cousin just showed me the other day, but I can't remember that. He didn't give me the link. He showed on his phone. There was a white guy that went to a slave plantation, ex-plantation during sharecropping, in the late 1870s or something like that. He wrote it like, you know, they show the pictures, but it's an audio. Like it wasn't a real video, but he was reading a letter, and he was like, "Yo, the slaves had more money than me." And he was like, "Man, because you was right about slave wages. Like slaves did get paid." I said, "Yeah." So think about getting paid marginal wages, right? But you don't pay for housing, you don't pay for food, you get to keep the surplus. Like, bro, it's a cool life. It's no different than living in the projects and getting a free crib and EBT cards. And if you make your kids sniff white out, they give you an SSI check. It's the same
you want
thing.
something? Yeah.
Hold on, since we're talking about slavery, and I'm a smoker. I smoke the weed, and I just learned recently that there's a 50-50 chance that some of the weed I've smoked over the last few years has been grown and harvested by Mexican children. In California,
Watching the news.
How do you feel about
California, they have Mexican child slaves picking my weed in California.
that? How do you feel about pedo hydro, sir? How do you feel?
I'm so morally conflicted.
Does it
I'm
make
like,
the weed any less sweet?
maybe there's something about the tiny Mexican hand that it kind of harnesses the potency of the THC. I don't know. Maybe there's something going on there. I don't know, bro. I'm
Here's my
conflicted.
theory.
I really am.
Here's my theory, bro. Once they started bringing child labor in, that's why your weed don't have seeds anymore. Remember them seeds you had in the 90s? You don't see them no more.
It's the tiny little Mexican hands, bro. You know you can get those little hands in all the little nooks and crannies, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I'm so conflicted. I don't know what to do right now. I'm not gonna stop smoking. I know that much. They're gonna have to.
This is my
gonna have to
theory.
solve the problem for me.
This is my theory.
Yeah.
Slavery is just the division of intelligent people, like the high intelligent people in controlling the low intelligence. Throughout history, look, I mean, the people who had more was controlling the people who had less, right? The same thing that's going on today.
I agree with that.
Honestly, it's always been, at any time before the modern world, slavery was just a reality. It's only recently that we became too moral to accept it.
And not only that, even if I were to believe, although I don't, even if I were to believe that all melanated people came from Africa at some point, they weren't all slaves. The Irish came over here and the blacks as indentured servants. You work 7 years, you live through it, take a little check, move out, right? Everybody wasn't slaves. People volunteered to come to the new land. Like the whole.
The smarter you became, the less like you to become a slave. That's how I feel.
Well, look at how sharecropping started, right? Where like the slaves didn't really want to get off the plantation, and so they kind of worked out a deal. And it got worse and worse for the farmers over time. But like that's kind of how it started. Like literally at the end of slavery, you had a bunch of people who didn't know what to do with themselves, and the easiest thing to do is to stay home.
You know why? It ain't that bad. Home ain't that bad. Like if that's what
there's no work being done. How you're gonna stay home and there's work to be done?
No, I
meant stay home as in the plantation was their home. So like the day after slavery, they could have left, but like, do you really want to leave? Like, because listen, you've been on this little 4 or 5 acre plot of land for your whole life, and now they tell you can go anywhere you want, but now it turns out you don't really want to go anywhere.
Right, and your kids might go to Chicago or New York or Virginia, but grandma's still right there.
Right, and that's kind of what happened.
And then you magnify that by the fact that most people own their own little plot of 4 or 5 acre land. So being free or enslaved really didn't mean anything except the seed prices changed if you couldn't count. That people are taught sleep. They tell history wrong. American history.
They need to stop with this blatant lies about people.
Like I said, Black America needs
people
to
like animals and showing these movies, showing white people just destroying black people. I don't think it was that drastic.
No, I said, Black America needs
propaganda.
to sit back. They need to sit back and accept the fact that they're colonizers just like the white man.
Yes.
Hold on, man. Yo,
the good colonizers too.
The white Dorsey. Okay, he says slavery not a choice. We're in chains. Blah blah blah. Okay, let's say this. Okay, cool. Right. By all documentation, only 6 to 8% of slaves made it to America. Slavery not a choice, though. All right, cool. So also, if you believe their documentation, even though I do not believe this part, they say you put 600 people on a boat, half of them died, 300 make it, right? Which is just folly. Nobody tries to transport cargo and lose half their cargo. But let's roll with that, right? So then 300 end up in South America, and then the leftovers go to the Caribbean. And then what's left from that 6 to 8% of 300 people is 12 people. So like, and then you have trade winds. There were no engines, so you can only do it seasonally when the trade winds came in. So you had 3 months in which people took 3 months to get here because they had sailboats, and then you only had 3 months to open up shop, and you're only dropping off 8 to 12 people at a time. You can't get 4 million colors, 8 people at a time. I don't care how many years. And then they shut down slavery in the late 1700s. So you had a 100-year run at 8 to 12 people at a time. Even if it wasn't a choice, it wasn't a choice for them 8 people. There's 8 people.
Girl math, man.
I think we've
Girl
all
math.
kind of been, we all been told an overblown liberal version of slave history so that we can be upset Black folk for the rest of our lives, and that obviously doesn't help us. You know, you it doesn't benefit you to be an angry nigga. It might take you until your mid-30s to work that out, but that's the reality.
You see,
I want to move past this for a minute, though. Go finish your thought, but I want to move past this.
The white liberal is a real problem. They're the ones who feel guilty and what you call it? They feel violated of what people said their ancestors did in history, and by them being so submissive, it's weakening other men to do the same thing as a whole. That's how I see it.
Hey, shout out to Jimmy John. You make great subs.
You want me to cuss out these folk. But I think my SYP just be wanting me to cuss out these folk. So I seen this video, right? This woman, she said something like, as an African American, new African American, whatever the fuck that is. So I'm thinking she's saying she's a first generation American from an African country. Okay. And so she was talking about the diaspora wars, and she was like, I think the reason why we have the diaspora wars is because, and why Black Americans are so territorial over things is because, you know, we don't know enough of the history in this country. And then she started talking about inferiority complexes and bullshit like that. No. The problem is Black Americans, we know who we are. Africans and Caribbeans, y'all did not know who we are. That's the real truth of it. Y'all didn't know who we are. Okay? And because of that, you decided to tell us who we are and who we are not. Okay? Something that we don't even let white Americans do. So why the fuck do you think we would allow you to do that? Let's start telling the truth and be honest and say, y'all took y'all pointers from white America, and that's where y'all got fucked up at from the get-go. Okay? Y'all let them white folk lead y'all ass astray.
Damn, Eraserhead was almost making sense.
Repeatedly cuss the fuck out.
I know, I had to blame the white man.
Because half the time when y'all be talking, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. And white Americans don't know what they talking about because they don't even be around us. They just started being around us. When they started seeing Black American culture, was at the same time that everybody else started seeing Black American culture. Okay? Because America was segregated. Even after the civil rights movement, it was segregated. We live in our area, in our town. We go to school with each other. We eat, sleep, play together. Okay? They live wherever the fuck they live at. Okay? And the cultures do not really cross. Okay? So what happened was y'all was thinking shit was white shit and it was Black shit. Y'all was thinking history was white shit and it was Black shit.
I don't even know what she's talking about no more.
Y'all didn't know we had a Black American heritage flag. Y'all didn't know that shit.
She started out good though, Hood. She started out all right, man.
Know that shit. Y'all didn't know nothing about the Gullah Geechee, the Louisiana Creoles, the Chicago Mississippians, the Texans, or really even what New York culture was before y'all fucking got there. Okay? Y'all didn't know that the New Yorkers and the Southerners were connected and that there was a migration from the South to the North. Y'all didn't know that shit. We know Cleopatra didn't know that shit when she said that shit because she didn't know she was going to get dragged by New Yorkers the way she got fucking dragged because a whole bunch of them peoples is from the South. Okay? y'all be talking and y'all don't be knowing what y'all talking about. And y'all talk more than you listen. Instead of y'all shutting the fuck up, closing your goddamn mouth and saying, okay, I don't really know nothing about this. So let me listen and learn about this. Because I don't know
You
nothing
keep
about
saying
this,
you don't
right?
know.
My family only been
Can you
here
pause this for a
50
second?
years.
Just one quick second. Is it
I'm
not
tired of listening to her voice anyway. I'm over her anyway.
dude, is it not
Yeah.
ironic that the ones that always sit and say that you need to just shut the fuck up and listen are always the ones that got their fucking mouth running and never shut the fuck up and listen?
I'm just proud of the chat talking about she got clothes on. Don't listen.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna prostrate myself and beg for forgiveness. I shouldn't have let that chick talk so much.
It's cool.
Dude, as soon as she said white man, I knew it was going downhill.
Yeah, she had flashes of competence. Like I know what she meant.
Dude, at
Like,
the very beginning, at the very beginning
and
of
then
her rant,
toward the end,
she-
Chicago,
she
Mississippi
misled-
kind of hit.
dude, that was false advertisement at the first fucking 30 seconds. That's what it was.
Right. That was a pump fake. That's what that was. That was a mean pump fake. All right, we're back on track
I was
now.
scrolling like many of us do, and I came across something that disgusted me to no end. And it was seeing black ICE agents participate in the BS that's going on. Now, have your sentiments about Latinos not showing up at the polls like everyone needed them to. I get it. We as black people have a lot to be upset about in this country, but for you to get up one day and march your black ass down to the ICE office and sign up is disgusting. It's no secret.
I think it's patriotic.
That's crazy. You don't want black men to have good jobs, man.
No. They don't want black men to have autonomy and authority.
Wow.
They don't ever want to see a black man in a place of authority, bro. It's the wildest stuff.
They are linking black Americans to these immigrants. That's the problem.
That's what they want to do. And they want to connect the immigration issue to the slavery issue so we can feel like we're in it together against the white man.
And then not even that. What the Mexicans have anything legal Mexicans who can vote Republican. They're not liberal anyway. So you should be happy the Mexicans didn't show up. Like, what's he talking about?
Yeah. It's all about getting rid of the black culture as a whole.
It's about black people just being stupid and believing whatever they're told. I mean, Jesus Christ. Trump came right out and said what he meant by the Naturalization Act when he said that it meant that it was put in place so that the fucking children of slaves could not be deported, which means every fucking black person that's in America, if you've been here and you can trace your fucking lineage all the way back to then, you can't be deported, dummy.
You can't be deported. Not even me. I can't be deported.
Where are they going to fucking deport you to? Fucking Mississippi?
That's like Puerto Ricans. You know what I mean?
Like Puerto Rico.
Yeah, they're an ethnicity unto themselves, but they're allowed free travel because they're part of America.
Guam. People from what they call Guamese.
Yeah, that's way over in Asia in the Pacific. But
bro, but they flood in Alaska, bro. It's so many Guam people in Alaska. It's kind of like Nigerians in Michigan, bro. There's so many Guam people
but see, Guam is such a tiny island itself, though.
I think states should start deporting people back to the state they came from, man, because this fucking
that would be hilarious. all the new California people from Texas, they got to go back.
Gotta
y'all
go.
Not helping.
We're not like you.
That's what they think that's gonna happen. You're gonna get deported back to your hometown state or some shit. Like,
yeah. Hold on. Let's get back. Let's get back.
Black people have endured and continue to endure here in this country. I don't care who gaslights that and tries to say it doesn't happen. That shit happens. I've experienced it in the 21st century, being denied an opportunity because of the color of my skin. I've experienced it. And you know who else has experienced it? These ICE agents or someone they know has experienced that. A family member, something, because that's how America is. And
wait,
so
pause. Even if we talk about racism, right? Even if you say you've been denied employment because of your color, then why do you not say that these people of the same color wouldn't be denied, which would make them a burden on the state, like by his own argument? How does this make sense? And how do we having a job make it work? Like, why do you want to what they call police the man? But why do you want to juxtapose security, authority, responsibility to the quote unquote white man? Like, why can't you have any type of autonomy?
I wasn't even trying to get all intellectual with it because that was some, great Negro intellectualism. But I'm thinking on a more base level. Imagine me losing my black card for deporting a Mexican. All the shit that blacks and Mexicans go through. All the gang banging that blacks and Mexicans go through. Now you're going to lose your black card because you didn't help a Mexican. Bro, how far did we come? Look at where we are now. This is wild.
Illegal Mexicans don't want illegal Mexicans. Think about that, bro. I know. Nobody's more against illegal Mexicans than legal Mexicans, bro.
Where was that clip? I had played a clip a couple weeks ago when we were talking about immigration, and it was this one black girl, and she was like, "Can you imagine if you had a time machine and you went and grabbed one of them slaves from back in the day, and you got to show them black people's march through progress? The Civil War and civil rights and all the revolution, and now we get to the modern era." And you walking around, it's 2025, and you hear somebody call you a nigger, and you look over your shoulder, and it's a Mexican. A Mexican, a goddamn Mexican.
You're racist.
I was like, holy shit, that's so deep. That's pretty good for a girl joke. That was real dope, though. I was like, wow, that's fucking sharp, though. American man, what's good, bro? What's good? What say you, man?
Yeah, I find it all interesting that she's begging the so-called losers to join the winning team. You see the irony in that? When have you ever seen the winners beg the losers?
Yeah. You know what? They need us. That's really.
Of course they do. That's why. Yes,
all of them.
That's
the whole world.
Yes, that's why they're begging us to stay on board with them, because they need. Listen, once we turn it back, all that Pan-Africanism and we're all black and this is over. It's dead and gone.
And with your white brethren.
I think, and Coulter, she made a great point about. The entire point of the civil rights era was that America owed something to black folk. And for black Americans particular. So like gay people weren't slaves. You know what I mean? America doesn't owe the gays. And by that extension, America doesn't owe the immigrants. America doesn't owe the Nigerians, the Caribbeans, or whatever. It owed black folk. But a lot of the other people got to grandstand on the civil rights. They got to ride on the coattails.
The last 5 years, that's all they was doing.
More than 5 years.
More like the last 40 years.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this though, right? I blame black Americans for that because we opened the door and said everyone's invited, right?
Thank you, America.
And we wanted
everyone was invited but the white man.
Right. And we wanted all this global blackness, and we had to stand with the Browns. And we did all of that, and now that the truth is coming out, black people starting to look around and say, "Wait a minute, all of y'all benefiting." But as soon as I don't do the black and brown thing, deport all illegals ASAP.
Hey, but coming to roost, bro.
Right, exactly. And now the black people are looking confused.
No, they not.
Let me kick the mic to. We got a panel up here. I got to do some managing now. Let me kick the mic to OG Do Dirty. I don't know if you've been on a panel before. What's going on, bro?
Hey, what's cracking, pimpin'?
What up, Do Dirty?
Oh, Do Dirty. What up, bro?
Chilling. What's up?
What's good? What are your thoughts on this thing? We've been talking for a while now. You can comment on anything that came up.
I'm gonna talk about this dude right here, bro. So he don't want to see other black people make it in life. He don't want them to have a job. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with them going out there to get these people up out of here? You know what I'm saying? Get the job, brother. Don't hate on them. Let the man make some money. Do something better with his life.
Bro. Look, it's better than locking up black people, right? Shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Come on now.
Crazy work.
Even if they are black, they're not black Americans. They're black Mexicans. So lock them up.
And I say this as a representative of the Midwest and for New York dudes who are Knicks fans, right? You're used to rooting for losers. To root for the Bears or the Knicks or any team from Ohio or Indiana, you're rooting for losers.
Yeah, I used to be a Browns fan, dude, for a long time.
Hey, we love
I know.
in Chicago, damn dirty man. Hold on. I ain't gonna let you do my best like that, bro.
The Bears ain't won since '85. I was alive, but I did the Super Bowl shuffle, but bro,
Dude, the Bears are just barely better than the Browns.
I'm holding back my urge to be triggered dirty because I understand why you made the analogy.
Bro, they literally call the Chicago Cubs the lovable losers. People used to go to Cubs games to have picnics, bro.
Like, to have picnics.
Bro,
to go
like
lynching.
Root for losers is what Americans do. Right? And they get mad at people with a winning culture. They be like, nah, man, you need to root for the losers, bro. It's gonna be next year.
Let me run this clip out a little more. Oh, you about to say something dirty? Do dirty?
Oh no, I was good, bro. I want to see what you're gonna say.
Because let's just get past the BS. We know.
Yo, it's raining on one side of the highway right now.
It has nothing to do with catching the criminals. They're not going after drug dealers and gang members. No, they're going after guys standing out in front of Home Depot trying to do carpentry work or construction labor. They're going after people in farms that are picking fruit and vegetables.
How come all these academic educated guys got to do all this hand gesturing and shit?
Black people damn sure don't want.
You actually learn that, and I think when you get media training or whatever, they teach you how to behave on camera and stuff. I've noticed a lot of commonalities and like the behaviors of certain people. Like they make videos, and I start to get the feeling like you all went to the same media school or something.
None of us would ever end up on
I
mainstream
actually
media.
went to media school though, sir. That's the crazy thing about it. And I also posed this other question, like I asked earlier in your great chat. I find it ironic, Hood and panel, that the so-called pro-black woman and the so-called pro-gay man need straight black men to fight for their revolution.
Well, it's not like they can make their own numbers, you know.
You don't need that.
Those people are confused, man. They don't know what they are, who they are. You know, we need to stop give those people platforms.
It's toxic masculinity only when you're fighting for their rights and freedoms.
In order to be pro-black, you must be pro-woman and pro-gay, because gay is the new black, and you cannot be black without the pro-black woman. That's what they told me.
And even what he's saying,
yeah, that's the narrative they're trying to push.
It's true, because that's what get paid for being black. I don't get a black check. But what he's saying, he's pushing a false narrative anyway. Like they're trying to get the Latinos in front of Home Depot. And then he says, black people don't want those jobs. Do you know how many black people I know in construction? The fact that people do paperwork, get they EIN number, and then they shop in Home Depot and they work in Depot, put a job application in so they can work in Home Depot. They don't have to be loitering in the parking lot. That's anti-black.
And I noticed once the immigration raids kicked in, bro, a lot of these factories and these warehouses, bro, they got a little scarce, man, because the Latinos, they just had a lock on the factory warehouse trade. It's wild. Like you don't even need to speak English in this business, man.
Dude, in the Midwest, they got the electrical trade, the welding trade, the construction trade. They got all kinds of trades locked up. You just don't understand.
Yo, I'm in the trades, right? I hate working with these people. Absolutely hate it. It's dog shit work, and they're animals. I mean, I'm just gonna outright say it. They're animals, and they think they own the place.
Do you see them using a fucking brick? How many times you see him using a brick torch to heat up tortillas on a fucking piece of OSB for lunch, American man?
Dude, dude, the people, yo, one kid, right? Because now, ironically, our service side got a couple of, I'm going to be politically correct, got a couple of illegal, well, not illegal, but got a couple of immigrants. And the dude was trying to talk to us about plumbing, and we're all looking at this dude like, man, if you don't get away from us. And the dude made a comment. He was like, what? Have you ever seen a Mexican use a level? And I'm like, bro, that's why all your work is dog shit.
Yeah,
Like, you're telling the truth.
Yeah. When they
Dude,
do
I've never
roofing,
seen him pull a
after
tape or
10
fucking
years, you have
snap a
to put
line
on
or
a
nothing.
new roof.
Well, let me finish this
Well,
up.
dude, we did that shit for 400 years for free, so we ain't getting out there. So they're out there doing it.
That's
That's who
crazy.
they're going after, and that's usually some guy.
Listen, I'm sure there are black teenage kids who would love to work on a weed farm. All right, they would love to harvest weed. They're just taking
No,
all the good jobs, bro.
Good. This is what
Hey,
happens.
there's some white
pushing all
dudes that are in
these-
their
this-
40s that would like to
No,
work on a
sir.
good weed farm.
No,
No,
gentlemen
sir.
on the panel. This is what happens when you let the so-called communist, socialist ideologies run rampant into your so-called community. You notice how when you go ahead and hold on one second. You notice how when you take out trades and everything, everybody go ahead to these so-called high academia universities and colleges. They feel like they can look down upon so-called working class people, the same people that keep their plumbing going, their electricity running, all that stuff.
That's
And
what he's
notice
doing
that-
right now.
Yeah.
Those are the black jobs they don't want you to get.
Right. They want you to go ahead and be a cubicle little monkey that's tapping at the damn keyboard looking at a damn screen, and they think they're making progress. That's black progress. Working in a white man's cubicle, getting a white man's
No.
check. What the hell is that?
It's even more diabolical than that.
Who
Now
is
here's
scraping
something
and scratching? Somebody got some weird background noise. Yeah. If you like doing stuff in the background, mute up when you're not talking because it does kind of come through real loud on the mic.
Yeah.
Or some woman who has come up here to make a better life for themselves. They're not harming anybody. I grew up around Latinos. They usually go to work and come home, play their music on the weekend. They ain't bothering nobody. So this isn't about catching
You ain't
criminals.
never lived around Latinos.
And
Yo,
the
God,
guy
he
who
did
did
it
like a
Black
white
Ass,
woman.
Mr. Black Ice Agent knows
He
that.
cannot be living around to the Latinos, not the one I live around.
Yo,
And not listen. It's one thing when it's just a small group of anybody, but once people come in giant numbers, everything
That's the
starts
problem.
to change,
Hey,
bro.
Crunch,
Then you
what
start
up?
to get your gang
Millions?
culture. You get that thing in what was it in Colorado where they take over apartment buildings and stuff like that. Those same guys who take over the apartment building will also be in front of Home Depot trying to work on your house, bro. I know it's crazy to think of it, right? That little guy with the hammer and all the tattoos on his chest, he's also a gang member. I know, it's wild.
It was
You know what's
only a
crazy?
few of them in that apartment complex in Colorado, Hood. It wasn't that big a deal.
Right, it was only
I know,
9 people.
right?
I saw
It was only a few gangbangers, a few MS-13. Nothing to worry about.
They only took over one building.
I mean,
Not even
Brown
one building,
bad.
just one floor.
Men like him, man, I wonder, man, like what kind of where they was raised, bro. I mean, where they came from.
I don't wonder.
Are you black for real?
I don't wonder either. I know where they were raised.
And that was Tren de Agua, Mr. American man. That was Tren de Agua, not MS-13.
Look, here's the issue, right? Whether it's Triviago,
There's a difference.
It don't
I was
even
going to
matter.
say, be honest. Tell me all Mexicans don't look the same to you.
Hey, Latin King, Satan Disciple, it don't matter.
They all not the same, Holmes.
It don't matter. Look, here's what it is, bro. Everybody else can name a nationality. The fact that you can call yourself Nigerian or Kenyan or from the VI or Canadian, that is a nationality. And take pride in it. Take pride in the culture and your nasty ass food. And take pride in it.
I
But
just think it's a shame that this black man trying to shame other black men for going out and making an honest living.
That's the issue, Snow. You're given a crayon. You're just black. Now you feel the burden of fighting for everything. But I don't even go to family reunions. I ain't fighting for cousins. So you're sitting here saying, yo, your tribe is a crayon. Everybody with this crayon, your tribe. Oh, what makes a billion of them is your tribe. And not. And then they're inside infiltrating for their nationality, as they should, or their religious belief, which they should, or their sexuality, which they should not, but they do. There's no pride. There's no pride there because there's no. You have more people pride in the gang than you do in their race.
Who's driving? Somebody
Yeah, I was just
driving.
about to say the same thing, bro.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
Always the
yeah.
black man trying to mess everything up.
You know,
Yo,
hold on. We got a lot of heads on this panel, and Streamlabs did something weird with their layout. It is really hard for me to operate when I get a bunch of people back here. I just brought somebody up onto the stage. Please take the mic for a second. What's going on, bro?
Hey, what's up? How you doing? My name is was the usual business, man. You know, I kind of bounce around. This is my first time being on your thing, man. But you know, I kind of run the BGS and the Edward kind of crew though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know Ed and BGS. What's going on, man?
Yeah, man. I just want to definitely say a few things real quick. Like when it comes to the Mexicans and the illegal situation, I don't know what that guy's talking about because, like, literally, I think I may have what is it? I just came back from Colombia. I was out there for like almost like was it 3 to 4 months, right? I went out there, had a great time. You know, thinking about living over there permanently, right? I came back into town probably I think for like the last 2 weeks. I had to go get me a small job, so I went to one of those companies that find you work. I forgot the name of it. What's the name of those companies?
Like a
Staffing agency.
Staffing agency, right? See what I'm saying, right? So I was like, okay, it is what it is. You know, I get back on my feet, so it is what it is, right? So literally, I'm in the warehouse, I'm doing the work, whatever. I get there, don't nobody speak English. The entire warehouse, bro. The entire warehouse, don't nobody speak English.
There's hundreds of them like that, yo.
Yeah, and the craziest shit is they only speak Spanish. Was it French from what was it? Hey, Creole French from what was it? Haiti, and that's it. The only black person that was there, they had like maybe like 1 or 2 black dudes that was there who actually did speak English. Just about everybody else, nothing, right? And then when you try to go there and you're like, okay, cool, well, you know what? It is what it is. I'm out here with the immigrants. It is what it is. Then you try to work with the with the situation you got. They don't want to help you. They don't want to do nothing. They expect you to know everything. And I'm like, bro, this is a whole new job. It's like, I don't know this place, right? This is new to me. I came from doing something completely different. They literally try to do what they can necessarily to make you to push you out of the business. And I'm saying, like, and these are the people that I'm supposed to be protecting or giving a damn. Like at the end of the day, like I keep saying it's like with Black America, you have to be for yourself first. And I keep trying to tell folk that, and that's what I think people just kind of like, I don't know what, maybe the matriarchal training start kicking in a little too hard or whatever. They just don't want to listen to it, right? I'd be like, no, you have to put yourself first in all things because at the end of the day, no one's coming to save you, man. The Nigeria falls, bro.
Sir, you can't black supremacy properly if you're letting your women tell you how to live your life.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
and you can't.
I was going to say, because at the end of the day, bro, when you're dealing with Nigerians, bro, Nigerians are Nigerian first. They tribe immediately first. That's how they run. Everybody else does the same thing. If you go down to Mexico, I spent time if you were Oaxacan Mexican, bro, that means something down there, right? You know what I mean? If you're a different kind of Mexican, that means something, right? So like, even if amongst themselves, they still have their internal little biases and whatever, right? But even though they all still come from Mexico. So the craziest part, when I try to tell people that this is how you need to move, you have literally people who will literally fight you, like the guy in the that was just on the panel, not on the panel, but on the screen, did it and that. Like, I'm like, dude, that's not our problem, bro. If you're an illegal, at the end of the day, if you're illegal, my job is not to fight for you, bro.
You know what else is crazy, bro? While people are trying to question history and rewrite it and talk about how slavery was bad and all that. But they're talking about African slavery, being in chains. I've been in Cook County Jail. I know how I feel to be shackled head to with a pole next to people. I've been there trying to go to court. I get it. They don't, you know what they never talk about? How 80% of American slaves are still American because they bred here.
Yeah.
We had breeding slaves. Haiti had to keep replenishing slaves because the sugar market was so crazy. They didn't have the reproduction. I mean, America bred their slaves. So you still American.
Dude, man, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I just came from TikTok probably like an hour ago. I tried to tell them cats that. They say no, I'm an Indian. I'm like, bro, are you sure that? He was like, yeah, my mama told me I was Indian. And then after that point, I tried to fight
this on TikTok, you know what, bro? My mama told me the same thing, and every other white person I know's mama's told them the same fucking thing too. Everybody,
even if you were, you're still American. Yeah, like if your people were here before 1860, which is technically when everybody, because I remember those signs, bro. I wasn't alive, but I saw the Jim Crow signs like no blacks, no Irish. no Italians, no Jews, no Chinese, no dogs, no cats. I'm like, damn, Irish is dogs and cats.
No shirt, no shoes, no service.
Exactly. They had specific, you had to be French, German, or British, or maybe Dutch in order to be classified as white. They had a very strong ethnic division line. But everybody here they were born here. Just as American as anybody else. American gangster as anybody else. So even when you start yelling, that's like you're still American, and you still taken away from the Christmas Atticus of the world, right? Because you came here 8 at a time.
Like of the world, you know what I'm saying?
Just remember that motherfucker fought for you to be able to say you're American. You should be proud of that shit.
But let me get okay, yeah.
My bad. I just want to say that's when I kind of start like phasing out, because like for me personally, like I apply this. I understand the plight of my people, so let me say like that much, right? But then when people start saying I'm Chickasaw Indian, then I be like, what's your food that your people had? Then they be like, I don't know. I be like, what landmass? What did your tribe have? I don't know. Okay, cool. Then okay, with your Chickasaw language, I don't know. Customs, I don't know. And then I'm like, bro, like,
you know what you tell them?
Your head.
That's actually funny when you think about it.
Soul food, basketball, hip hop, all those great things that made the world great. That's Black American culture.
I mean, it's entertainment, but with the Chickasaw thing, right? Because the first time I heard of that, I was dating a girl in Atlanta who said she was Chickasaw. Her mom.
It's so bad out here in Atlanta, bro. I can't talk to nobody.
But she was from South Carolina. But here's a crazy. She showed me a picture of her grandfather. Her grandfather was Chickasaw. Her grandma was just a hood bitch, right? Just a Keisha. And they made her mother. Her mother was bad too. And then anyway, the point is, just like Puerto Ricans can't speak Spanish. Like once you get 1 or 2 generations removed, even if they really were Chickasaw, they still wouldn't know the language or the customs because they're running away from who they are until it's convenient to tell you they're something different because they want to be exotic.
Let me because we're about to hit the 4-hour mark. I'm gonna wrap this up soon, but I want to get Freeman's Journal in here before we start rambling off in wild directions. What's going on, Freeman's Journal? Any thoughts you want to add? I know we had a long show today, a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
It was this has been a long winding road. I was just saying, and can we deport everybody back to where they're from, to whatever hood they came from, back to California.
Hood to hood deportations. I like that.
You got to take your ass back to Houston.
We said
Ward is calling.
South Carolina.
We want to get deported back to Detroit. Come on, man.
I would like a vacation back home for real, man.
I know, right?
But anyway, man, this whole thing is like, I think it's just funny, yeah, right? The whole once hitting rock bottom, all of a sudden, some sort of Americanness, right? Some sort of specialness came with being an American, right? So currently, it's just the whole FBA thing is, well, at least I'm not an immigrant. You know what I mean? At the bottom, but at least I'm not an immigrant. So maybe from here, it goes to actually being proud to be an American, being invested in being American, and not sitting around and thinking that whatever you have is controlled by somebody else, So maybe you can be responsible for it,
All I heard is beige babies for everybody. That's all I heard.
Well, I mean,
y'all remember that movie? Y'all remember that movie Hotel Rwanda? With Nick Nolte, you know what I'm saying?
Don Cheadle.
That was terrible. That was a terrible man. That was crazy.
Look, even Nick Nolte, I think me and you Hood always go and reference this particular scene when Nick Nolte had to finally tell old Don Cheadle, little African booty scratching ass, that you're not even you know what I'm saying, a nigga, you know what I'm saying, you even worse, you are African. See, with even the white man of all around the world know the difference between us and them.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
All you got to do is go All you got to do is go somewhere, right, and get treated like an American.
I think whether or not we think we're better than them, I think it's irrelevant because
we are better than them to a degree.
We are better than them,
but it's irrelevant in this capacity.
Let's not go that
No, what I'm saying is it's irrelevant in this capacity whenever you go to a foreign country, they're supposed to think that their ways are the best ways.
I was
Like,
gonna say that, yeah.
and you literally went there to experience their ways, right? And so, and I call it national chauvinism. Like, it's okay to want to, you want to project your country. You know, you want people, if people come to your country, you want them to do as we do. You don't want them to come to your country and then do as they did back home and try to make your country their home like it was back there. And so when you go to other countries, especially outside of the West, like if you go to China, everybody understands the reputation of China. You behave as the Chinese behave over there. They're not going to tolerate a lot of shenanigans, right? You go to Singapore. I hear Singapore is crazy. Like they have laws for real. You can't even spit on a sidewalk or something like that, right? Somebody's got to mute up. You got to.
Somebody out here eating chips.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, with the black and white with the smile,
Yeah, that's not
sorry,
me.
that wasn't you.
No, that ain't me. I was already.
Yeah, that wasn't me, bro. That's the bro with the black and white with the smile, bro. He eating chips, man.
Oh, you talking about, yeah.
Mike, okay, I got it. Yeah. All right, yeah, no, the thing is, when you go to other cultures, they impose their culture on you, and the Western cultures have stopped doing that. So, like, if it's Ireland, if it's UK, if it's France, right now, I hear they're fighting in the streets in Spain. I haven't really been able to look into it because I saw it this morning and we started streaming.
Bro, you gotta mute, bro. Like,
you gotta mute, bro.
You gotta mute.
Hold on, Mike.
We muted you for a reason, bro.
Mike, you gotta. Mike, drop out and come back in. I think your audio got screwed or something. You gotta reset your audio, Mike. Because I don't even think that was like chips or nothing. That was like actual audio fry. I think your signal started to get messed up. But if you drop out and come back into the studio, it'll probably fix it.
But shout out to the Spanish for fighting back.
Yeah, they're in the streets having a little civil war in the street, bro.
Oh, France was
too bad America can't be like that.
We can, except it'll be run by
we
Black
can.
Lives
The thing is, though, the last time we had a revolution, we ain't had all these so-called people with all these different quotas. Like we just had blacks and whites and some probably little Native Americans here and there, but that was it. Now you got a whole spread of everybody in this motherfucker.
Everybody gonna lay down, everybody gonna lay down, though. Look, here's the thing, bro. Until you have a national identity, you cannot.
At the end of the day, blacks and whites outnumber everybody in this country.
You can't call a Korean a Jamaican. I mean a Japanese, and they gonna call a Japanese a Chinese going to war. Mexican or Puerto Rican going to war. Like there are certain things you just can't do when people have national and ethnic pride. Black Americans don't have national pride. They have ethnic pride based on crayon, but not based on common culture.
Right.
I mean, that's kind of hard to do because I'm saying that in the sense that, like, right there, you don't control your own education, and in the same time, we're very, very spread out, right? Like I'm my bad. Let me finish real quick. Let me finish what I'm saying. Like I'm on TikTok again. I'm seeing people saying, what is it? I'm Creole. I'm from Louisiana. I ain't black. I was like, I'm not a Black American. I'm like, oh, okay, my bad then. So when the levees flood again, then bro, don't ask for no unity. I mean, y'all should
don't run to Chicago for help.
Don't ask for help then, right?
Y'all in Houston.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like don't ask for help then, right? Because I was young at the time when the levee did break. They was living in Atlanta and still we was helping them. I even had a homeboy to this day who lived over here, right? Right. So I mean, I was helping him out for a long time until he got comfortable. That was like 4 years of him staying here before he was actually got acclimated to the environment living in Georgia, right? So I mean, if that's cool, if that's how y'all really want to have that mentality, then have that mentality. But then when shit turn left, don't say where we at, we sick. Can we help? Nah. Then it's you.
You got the mentality. Go back.
And that's the problem.
Well,
right?
no. The thing, business, is that when we're talking about the ethnic identity versus the national identity, but I don't think anybody on this panel is at odds with having an ethnic identity, right? But it has to actually fold into the national identity, or you're going to have a conflict. And so, like, what I've been kind of talking about a lot lately is that Black and white America don't really need to have the level of conflict that Black folk have been sort of focusing on, especially in the face of all these other hostile like intentions, coming across the border. we could actually quiet that little problem, the race thing of Black and white America, and focus on the broader concept of the nation. And that's not to say there's never going to be like, problems, but it's not like it was back in the 40s or 30s or whatever.
Right. Honestly,
it's not even close to that, man. There's so much
usual business
propaganda.
What usual business just said, how he was describing how he felt about, the Creole blacks down in Louisiana and, the blacks in America now, and how, well, look, if something happens again, since you see yourself as different, don't come to, well, that's kind of what white America has been saying to Black America. If you see yourself as something different, then don't come to us for help anymore about shit. I mean, it's time for white and Black America, specifically white and Black men, to understand that we're, like I said earlier, we're all colonizers, whether we want to admit it or not.
Right.
I agree with that.
There ain't one Native American on this panel.
I'll admit it. I'll raise my hand. Manifest Negro over here.
There ain't one Native American on this panel. All right, that's the one group that really they just had to take the L.
And Native Americans want to be white. I know, because I was in Dakota with them, and they was trying to be
I'm
white.
just talking about even in modern day, dude. I mean, whites and blacks are still going out and fighting America's wars and colonizing other fucking countries today as we fucking speak. So don't say you're not part of the colonization fucking empire.
We're all gonna die for Israel one day together, bro. White and black.
We're all trying to colonize small towns right now. But here's the thing, because I just want to say something about the whole we don't educate ourselves. Look, I've been in the education spectrum for 15 years, right? Because I was trying to sell my books. I was trying to sell kids books. I wasn't trying to be a teacher. But me going there, all I listened to was women. So now you had a situation where they were closing public schools all through northeastern Illinois, right? And they were offering charter schools, same funding, same building, offering teachers the opportunity to teach at a charter school for similar money, not the same money, but they couldn't be part of the teachers union. That's the biggest difference between a charter and public, right? The Mexicans took that deal, and they got UNO schools everywhere, right? The Somalians took that deal. Everybody took that deal except Black people. Like, no, because I need my little child. And I've dated teachers, bro. These girls can't read. I'm like, how the fuck you teaching our 8-year-olds? You can't read. No, like I'm writing kids' books, asking 3rd grade teachers, like, yo, read my kids' book and see if it's age appropriate. I can't read the fuck. So, bro, it's not that, it's that everything like policemen, teachers, all the things that take authoritative positions, they tell Black men not to do.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in Chicago. I mean, like this, but like I understand like the true fight you really fighting. Like for me, I'm already kind of mentally got to the point where I don't know if y'all seen Attack on Titan. It's a anime show, Attack on Titan, right? What is a dude named Eren Yeager, right? Bro already knew he wanted to kill 80% of the population of the world for him to get what he needed necessary, right? So I already got that same mentality. If you really want to solve a fix problem, you want to have to sacrifice 80% of Black folk already. That's a lot of people. Like to really fix a problem like what you got, you really gonna have to start sacrificing people. And when I tell people that's what you really gonna have to do, that's when you start jumping off the boat. You know what I mean? Like, cause they already know that means your cousin Tay Tay, who's selling drugs and who doing whatever, you want to get rid of him too. Your cousin Shaniqua, that she out here hustling food stamps and she got 4 kids. You already know what you want to do with her, right? But when I say that, people think I'm evil. But at the end of the day,
Look, I got the welfare show coming up next. I got a lot of welfare content. I'm gonna make you niggas hate poor people. I got a lot of welfare content, bro. There's a reason why Trump
hate myself and shit.
There's a reason why Trump
make me hate poor people.
There's a reason why Trump cutting welfare, bro. I'm telling you, the shit that's going on. Listen, I don't know what my schedule looking like, but tomorrow we gonna do hopefully I get to do the welfare stream, man. I got so much content. The way they eating out here, bro, I'm starting to hate these bitches, man. This
you gonna have me hate my mama and shit.
Late as hell.
Speaking of poor people, check the back.
I'm trying to work these controls. Give me a second. You wouldn't understand unless you're actually backstage. The control layout is all different now.
Yeah,
I got it.
The StreamYard did change it up a lot, man.
All right, there it is. What the hell is that?
Barbie?
That's a Barbie Corvette that's on the on a river.
That's a Keisha cruise.
I mean, it's cute. I mean, if you
This
look
some Florida shit.
Marty moved on up.
that's definitely some Florida shit.
Yeah, that is definitely Florida shit right there.
Hey, my
That
wife
looks
said
like some hillbilly ingenuity, to be honest
Right.
with you.
Yo, them hillbillies, they make some dope shit though. No lie, hillbilly engineering is crazy.
Bro, my wife said at least they're not twerking.
You know what?
Nah, dude, they just out
right
there
on that
having a
one.
nice little float, dude.
Oh snap!
Yeah, I'm surprised you ain't got somebody on top on the hood twerking. You right, bro.
If it wasn't the water, they probably would. Cause
Yeah, you probably motherfucker can't swim like that. So.
yeah, man, niggas on the water. There's so many clips. The white folks, they be roasting the shit out of niggas on the water, bro. They just like, listen, do not rent your watercraft to black people, right? Because they know it's gonna be a crash, an accident, something gonna go wrong, bro. There's so many videos of niggas crashing, and I'm talking bad. I had a boat too, and I was a nigga on water, and it was terrible, man. I kept getting my boat. I kept getting my boat grounded on the sandbar. I had to get rescued by the fire department one time.
Jesus
like,
Christ,
oh my
dude.
god, it was terrible.
God
shit.
damn, but what you do? What you out here doing?
Man, bro, you got to do better, bro.
I was a bad sailor, bro.
I don't know. I'm from Georgia, bro. Like I'm pretty, but I don't know. But I came from like Savannah, Georgia, so I'm like next to the sea. So
I grew up trolling in fucking channels and shit, man. So.
You guys understand intimately how awful that was for me, right? Like that was crazy. But this is what they've been saying on Twitter, bro. Don't rent your boats to niggas, man. Niggas be wilding on the water, bro.
Man, I done kayaked, I done rowboated. I had a small little speedboat. I never crashed out.
You know what? It's
Look,
like,
dude, I sunk a boat once in Fort Laramie Lake when I was a kid, and it was only because I hit a tree trunk that was at the bottom of the lake. I was going fast, and I caught the fucking bottom of it like a tree trunk that was on a sandbar, and it ripped the bottom of the fucking boat open.
okay, that's a valid, fuck up for a kid or a child.
Yeah, I was 16. I didn't consider myself a child then.
Okay,
I've been taking the boat out for quite a while.
Here's a thing, right? America needs to start listening to right of center black people, right? If you just now figuring out you're not supposed to rent your boat to black people, you have not been listening, right?
I mean, we can't. The problem
How
are you just now figuring this out?
You know what's weird though? Everything they say black people aren't supposed to do, I did. Like I can swim. I can swim like a fish. Like black people can't swim. Swimming.
Yeah. You know what? And this is one of the
things. Stereotype,
well, no, I realized that with my kids, especially like they're like in the hood or whatever. So when I pick my kids up, we go out, we go places, like we go swimming, we learn how to do stuff. We're climbing, we do like the rock wall thing. We went somewhere and did the rock wall stuff. Because I know with a lot of black kids, especially like you got the single mom situation. It's real easy to just be in the hood all day doing nothing, and then you learn nothing, and now you can't swim, or whatever the stereotypical shit is. A lot of niggas just don't necessarily get exposure.
Hey, be honest, dude. You did that rock wall, and that was all you did that weekend. You went home and laid down the rest of the weekend.
No, the rock wall was tough. I could only get halfway up the wall. So and my kids could barely even get up that high because they got scared climbing. But it wasn't a rock wall. No, not a rock wall like real rocks, but like they have the little handhold thing.
What the Army National Guard will bring out.
There was a place in Brooklyn. I forget the name of it now, but it was a place in Brooklyn.
Discovery Zone.
No, Area 51. That's what it was called, Area 51. But it was like a little indoor adventure place. They had like paintball or whatever.
Right.
And then the other side of it was like they had like a skating ring and a rock wall. But the thing that kind of made my heart race. They had an aerial maze. You had to put on a harness. And then you go up to the top, and the whole thing is like harnessed, and it's a maze. It's a literal maze in the sky.
Is it like a ripcord type thing?
I don't know about a ripcord, but
or one of them. If it's an aerial maze, like you're hanging and you got a cord.
Yeah. Because ripcord sounds like a parachute, but no, you're hanging from a strap. So you got a zip line. Zip line. That's what it is. It's a zip line maze. That's the best way to describe it.
There you go.
And so this is the crazy shit. So my son and my daughter, the two youngest ones, he's just a little bit older than her. He was scared to even go up the aerial maze. Like my daughter, she got up and she got up to the top, and then she didn't want to actually go out on the maze. And then I went all the way around the maze, and I was terrified. But I did it though. I did it because there was this one part where you're not even standing, you're just literally hanging, and it like carries you from one part of the maze around to the other, and so it's a straight zip line with like gravity just pulling you around, and that was like a free glide or whatever. That shit was cool, but like I know a lot of kids don't go out and do cool, wild stuff like that. So I kind of make it a point to do that kind of shit because I want my black kids to have like those wild white kid experiences too. Because when you get older, you gotta do stuff. You gotta get a job and shit.
I feel that that's like
bonfires
child
and
stuff that
shit
you're
too,
supposed to
hood.
do with your kid, like going out, like literally taking your kid out into the environment. It's just a basic thing that men have been doing for millennia.
Okay.
So I don't even see that as white
Right.
people shit. That is just
No.
literally you
But
being.
it's not white
You're
people.
right.
It's just black
No, this
people.
is what
right.
it is. Hey, Derek, let me
Like
go.
for
Let me
instance,
go.
right?
That's
Black
what it
people
is. It's
can't
because
swim.
in black culture, it's not the norm, and that's where
See,
it's
that's
not a
what it
white
is,
people
hood.
thing, but it's
So
not a
Look,
nigga
there you go,
thing.
right there.
No,
So
because
you got black,
it's not the
you
norm
got
because
black,
most
you
of
got
these motherfuckers
American.
is matriarchal, bro. So like, a bitch ain't going. My bad, I ain't mean to say a woman is not gonna take her kid necessarily. Was it rock climbing, teach her kid how to
Camping,
shoot, but a man
hunting.
does.
Right.
Now
Look.
you were right. A woman might do it. A bitch definitely isn't.
Hey, so look at it like this. If blacks can't swim and blacks hate heights, right? And I'm telling everybody, let's go parasailing. And they looking at me like I'm
Oh,
crazy.
dude, I've never done that. That'd be fun.
I ain't gonna lie to you. What do you mean parasailing? I'm confused with that.
When you're on a parachute behind a boat.
Behind a boat and they drag you
Oh
through
yeah,
the
no,
ocean.
that's
on
lit.
a
I
boat.
would definitely do that.
I did that. And
I
everybody
did that
thought
in
I was
the
crazy.
tube,
Now,
I
that'd
fell
be
out of
fun.
that shit one time. We were in like the Carolina. You know how Carolina's got those islands or whatever, and it's all watery. We were out there in the Carolina, in like North Carolina somewhere on a speedboat, and I was getting pulled in the inner tube, and that shit flipped over on me.
Oh, I thought you said you was
Good times though. Good times.
out of the sky into the water. I'm about to say, bro, are you okay? Like,
Nah, when I was
no, I
18
was on the inner tube on the water. It was the inner tube.
yeah,
We were
I
on the water. It was
was
good. I had
like,
like a.
that's like concrete. Bro.
unless you had
okay?
grandfathers.
when I was 18,
Nah, it was
I went
cool. It
down
was
to
cool.
when I was
Unless you
18,
had
I went down to
grandfathers or fathers
Gatlinburg
that
with
grew up in
my.
the South, you got blacks and then you got Americans. When you try to put both together as a black American, see, when you black, you aren't gonna have the experience like in the hood, the projects. You might your best bet is going to a swimming pool in a rec center, you know what I'm saying, in the hood. You ain't about to go ahead and swim in the pond or in the lake and shit like that. See, American culture, that means hunting, camping, you know what I'm saying? Probably starting bonfires and shit like that if you white and whatnot. See,
You know what's so crazy what you
masculine
saying?
male shit. I wouldn't even consider that's just masculine.
No,
male
this is what's so
shit.
crazy about what Mr. O said.
Take your kids
Black is an
camping.
era. Because before then you were Negro, before then you were colored, before then like Negroes camp, they wouldn't shock coons and possums.
I said if your grandfather,
that black
your
era
grandfather and your father,
Be honest, how many of you guys on this panel? How many of you guys on this panel grew up camping in a tent in your front yard in the summertime?
Bro, not in the
I
front
never
yard.
did that though.
That's ghetto, bro. Anything in the front yard is
No.
ghetto. You know that, right?
It's not ghetto.
Camped on the beach one time.
Once we
Bro,
became
dude, we used
black,
to do that all the
lost
time.
we lost our survival instincts outside the cities. Once we became black, we don't survive outside the in the woods no more. You know what I'm saying? We was Negroes.
That is so true because right now, as the America's going through its decline and whatnot, and people are trying to learn all these I'm not gonna say like I'm gonna say ancient skills, but like basic survival skills. Now, oh my god, I talked to one girl. She was like, how to plant what is it? What was it? It's potatoes. It's not sweet. It's sweet potatoes, right? She was like, how to plant sweet potatoes? Oh man, you must be a genius. And I'm like, you just put it in the ground.
Wow.
No, here's the thing with that. Remember that the video we just showed about dude going ham because black people can work at ICE when he was talking about we did that for 400 years. What agriculture and construction? Like you still got to eat, you still need somewhere to live,
right?
And that's the black experience. Like let me get away from all of the fundamentals. Like I take dates camping because I'm cheap, right? So I will pack a lunch and take a date camping. I got tents. I'll pull a tent out. So, oh my god, I never did this before. We're gonna sleep on the ground. I'm like, so I'm sleeping on an air mattress, but we'll go camping, smash out, run around the forest naked, and then go home. It cost me like $12.
Let me introduce a phrase that I learned recently watching base camp: the urban monoculture. And I think that's a great way to describe like Black America at large, because a lot, even the country folk, a lot of us at this point, because technology has kind of erased the pockets where like if you lived in the country with no electricity or whatever, you kind of were living away from culture stuff. Nowadays we all have internet and smartphones with everything, so culture kind of catches everybody around the same time. You know, like even when I was a kid, the South would learn stuff a little bit after it came out in New York City, right? Stuff like that. That's kind of been erased, right? So now we all have something like a flattened Black culture, and it's really urbanized. Like we kind of are all sort of on an urban monoculture. Nobody is sort of close to the or close to the earth is like a hippie way to say it, but all these skills, all these sort of outdoorsy type of activities, and white to say it's a white people thing isn't quite right either. It looks white from the Black context. If you're the urban monoculture, it looks like the white people thing, but it's an older thing that we're kind of getting away from.
I'm gonna say this much. Right now, I'm on YouTube, and one of my favorite things I'm starting to get is like these homesteader kind of vibe things. Like I'm watching all the black dudes that's actually doing it, right? Or the black people that's actually doing it.
Mm-hmm.
If it's like usually a black man and his black wife, right?
Chickens and
shit. I don't see the women be able to do it. Like basically, because the homestead, you still need like
a man.
You need a man, bro. Like
women do van life. Men do homesteading and bring their girl along. Women do van life.
The bitches on van life be getting food stamps, bro. That shit is not real.
Walmart
bro, they be living on government support. That's not a real van life.
Yo, what? I know they're going to the gym, but where they going to take a piss and shit at, bro? I ain't buying that van life, bro.
The gym, bro.
Walmart, bro. I just told you they stop at Walmart.
Walmart, yeah.
Gym and Walmart, bro. Yeah.
You get you what's cheap? Planet Fitness. You can use their showers and whatever, their bathroom. Yeah, that's a cheap monthly membership. Walmart is free to walk in. Don't let them have a little sitting area or whatever. You cool. Don't let it be like the nice Walmarts way out in the middle of nowhere where they got the electronics out on display. Now your kids got shit to do.
Oh yeah, bro. So like that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm seeing myself. Like for me, I'm already to the point where I don't know if I'm gonna be in the States. I think I'm gonna be in South America because I'm kind of looking at how this shit kind of going. And like I said, I don't think black folk as a whole gonna pull this together in a timely fashion, considering how I'm seeing the world go. Just no offense, you know what I mean? So
you know what? I think it's gonna be a real renaissance after the boomers die. I believe that.
Bro, you talking about all we waiting to 2050, bro? Are you serious?
No, they 80 now, bro. They ain't only got 10 years left.
Bro, I'm gonna give my grandparents lived about what is it 100. So my daddy right now like 70 something.
Bro, hey, bro, them the oldest boomers, bro. We got way into the last of them, at least the 62, 63, and 64 be gone, and that's around 2050 all the way up to 2080, bro.
They on freebase, bro. They ain't talking about nothing.
You know, something else just occurred to me watching this video. This is like, I love outdoor stuff like this.
Yeah, that's beautiful, bro.
Enjoying the American environment in and of itself. This is American culture. And the reason why I was thinking about that, because recently I seen a couple of clips of like foreigners. They're probably like from India, but they could be anywhere, Mexican, who knows? Also, Latin America is not exactly a clean place all the time either, but they were throwing garbage right into the oceans and rivers, bro. Like just straight up back. I know in Canada is crazy right now what they're doing up there. They're wrecking everything.
The Indians out there tearing up, from what I heard.
Man. Yeah, it's like,
and you know the funniest shit. But if you go to India right now, and as a black person, you try to go to India, they would be like, bro, they would literally try to rape you out there.
Oh yeah. We ain't never had no black booty before. It's crazy. I
what I hate about that, bro?
They came up with the word thuggy though. What would y'all expect? They originated the term thuggy.
They literally are the OG thugs. It's crazy.
Right. You know what's crazy, bro? Before, flying a girl out made you a trafficker, which is crazy, right? But before then, when you can go out and you could like assert yourself, like the NWA days, like we'll both drive home in my automobile, which is illegal now, right? I didn't know that, right? So when I had my boat, I tell girls before we go on the water, I'm like, look, you're gonna get wet one way or another. We gonna smash or you gonna swim. Figure it out.
I'm personally, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm in the process of buying me a boat right now, and I'm like for me, I'm getting to the point where like, hey, bro, I just go across. I go down to Jamaica. I'm gonna go down to what's that, Venezuela, Colombia. I'm like, hey, girl, you gonna get on this boat and chill. I can leave. I ain't got.
Either one of you guys, either one of you guys watch Sunny, Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Nah.
You guys literally did the skit, bro. I swear to God.
was doing it, bro. We talking 2004, bro. I'm like, yo, shorty, you gonna get wet one way or another. You gonna smash, you gonna swing.
Yo, that is literally a skit from It's Always Sunny, because there's the one guy. I haven't watched it in a while, so I forgot all their names. But the one dude who like he's a skinny dude. He kind of dresses preppy, thinks he gets girls or whatever. He was talking about having a boat, and he was like, yeah, because there's always that implication that gonna throw you overboard. So you have to do what I say. And then his buddy's like, that's actually creepy. He's like, no, it's not. I mean, it's the implication. I'm not actually gonna do it. And he's like, yeah, but I'm just like, oh my god, this is literally from It's Always Sunny.
Hey, bro, it comes.
The reality is, bro, you gotta have that stick, bro, because like, I mean, look what happened to Black America, bro. You had I felt like what I told people. You had was almost 100 years of carry, no stick. Look at the women over here, bro. 100 years, man. All carry, no stick, bro. So you need that stick, man. That stick has to be there.
We are not anti-stick here. I'm not even going to fight that fight, but I think I'm going to wind this down. It's about to be 4.5 hours. I got to get up out of here, man. It's been a long show. Freedman's Journal. Where the hell is this? What are we looking at, by the way?
This is the Yellowstone. This is Canyon Falls. These are the lower falls. Wow. I highly recommend Yellowstone.
You did, didn't you? You told me that before.
I'm telling you, the air. If you haven't been there, man, it's the benefit of living in a continent-sized country, right? There are tons of awesome national parks all over the place. Tons.
I'm gonna say is one thing, man. If y'all ever get the opportunity, I'm probably gonna be out there in Colombia, man. I'm probably gonna build me a little small, oasis village out there, man. So if anybody want to come and travel, bro, usual business. Y'all can find me out here on YouTube. And, I'm not hidden in no place. So
build a village. I will come.
I'm serious, man, because I already got me what is it? I got some pods. It's already what do you call it? Capsule pods. You can get for one for $1,000 for $10,000 buy one. Yeah, I know something about.
So if you get Amazon selling them. I think Home Depot got stuff like that too now.
Yeah, no,
I got mine up on.
Get mine for
not Temu.
Pretty nice.
What's that other one, bro? Not Temu. Alibaba.
Alibaba, yeah. You get it from China. It can cost $1,000 to ship it over there from China. But it comes with an actual bed, the whole microwave unit, electricity. What is it? The thing at what is the solar power thing at the top? So literally, you just got yourself your own little crib. And I'm like, hey, I'd rather set me up something like that in a farmland or like on my own little piece of land and just be cool. And have my little 30 or 40 people that's cool. They got the same mindset as me and just rock it out like that. Because for me, I think that's better than trying to do this shit over here. That's just me personally.
Look, I'm an Alibaba survivalist too. Let me ask you a question. Why go to South America instead of locking down Southern Indiana, for instance? Why?
For me, now I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like for me, I already know my wife ain't gonna be from America. I'm just gonna let that be known. Like my wife gonna probably be like either some kind of African or maybe like South America. Cause like the cultural value thing is for real for me, but my biggest thing. Like. It's for me it's gonna be my biggest thing, right? And I know I'm not gonna find a culture of a woman that's gonna be vying for what I'm vibing for.
There's orphanages everywhere, my G. Homeless girls.
Bro, that's damaged goods, bro. Like
they all damaged. They girls. But look, all right. I get what you're saying. I'm with you, bro. Live your life, bro. I understand why you're doing it. I just don't understand the relocation part. Everything else you say, I get it. I understand.
I get about because for me, I'm looking at like not only. In my lifetime, I'm looking like, okay, all right, if I'm gonna be here next, right, my kids be safe here, right? Then I gotta also then look at this. So that means root power, right? So at that point, then I got in this instead of have a group of men that's also gonna be on the same kind of thing. And granted, bro, that's when I started looking at that social media, bro. I'm like, you got too many cats who they too bitch. I'm watching dudes like right now. Bro, man, I would die about my mama, and I'm these women die. I'm like, whoa, see, I'm like, I understand, I love my mama too, like everybody else, but like, bro, like I'm actively looking at this stuff, right, and I'm doing the mental math. Now, it would be different if we had more dudes like y'all in the black community, like y'all was like half or the majority, at least he's half. I'd be like, I can stay. But if you ain't got half, you like we are a quarter of a quarter.
I understand that, but you could build your own community. That same 40 people could be here. I'm not arguing what you're saying. I just didn't understand the relocation part. And
I'm saying like, and also
get
it's more like a fresh start all over, right? Because like for me, I already know if I call her like I'm gonna get me a little African chick who already basically
Nah,
like
I
into
would never
polygamy.
do that.
I get me like one chick. Let's say she's 17, 18 years old, bro. By the time we crank out, like we got like 15 kids, bro. 2 women, 15 kids. That's 30. You got some other dudes doing the same thing. Before you know, we now got our little village on and popping, and we doing pretty good, right? I live on a whole. Right, build it from the ground up kind of thing, and doing that from the ground up is gonna be real hard here.
No, it's not. It's easier here.
I think not, but that's just my opinion. Now, you know, if you can show me some things that's different, then maybe so. But as I see it, as I'm looking at the mental math, I'm thinking it's gonna be easy to set it up someplace else without as many roadblocks.
It's gonna be roadblocks anywhere, but it's easier here, really. I mean, $2,500, you could do that right here. But I'm not knocking what you're saying. I just didn't understand the relocation. Everything else, you know, from language to you know, tribal religion to all that. I get that. It's homeless girls everywhere. I don't know why people laughing like all girls are homeless. All girls is homeless, bro. That's why they get married. The ones that got to pay their own bills for a man. They all homeless.
That's the whole point of marriage. Guys, I want to play us out with this video. You're gonna love this. You're gonna love this. But I'm gonna play us out with this video. Thank y'all so much for joining the show, man. Appreciate everybody watching. I see we streaming to a couple other platforms. Shout out to the other the channels out there. Mr. O, Dirty Folks. Shout out to all y'all audience members out there. Thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe on your way out. Hit that like button on whatever channel you happen to be watching from. And thank you to all the supporters. Thank you so much for the donations. You guys have been awesome. Appreciate you so much. We really couldn't do this without the audience, man. But please remember to drop $1 in the hat on your way out. Support your local content creator.
Give me the money for I was you. Give me the money.
Just because you got mayonnaise on your elbow, just because you got mayonnaise on your elbow, do you understand? I'm trying to feed. I'm trying to feed. Get off of me, mayonnaise. Move. Get back. You heard of mayonnaise. Get back, mayonnaise. Because you got mayonnaise on your elbow. I ain't telling you to marry mayonnaise. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? I'm the president, homie. I don't care. I'm the president. Uh-huh. Cause you got mayonnaise on your elbow, mayonnaise on your elbow, you got mayonnaise on your elbow, you got mayonnaise on your elbow, you got mayonnaise on your elbow.
Have a good night, everybody.
You got mayonnaise on your elbow. Swing to me, get off of me,
check your elbows, y'all.
Get off of me, mayonnaise. Get off of me, get off of me, get off of me, mayonnaise. Get back, mayonnaise. Get back, mayonnaise. Get back, mayonnaise. What you gonna do, mayonnaise? What you gonna do? Uh-huh. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do, mayonnaise? What you gonna do? Uh-huh. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do, mayonnaise? I'm the president, homie. I'm the president, homie. I'm the president, homie. I'm the president, the president, I'm the president, homie. I'm the president, homie. I'm the president, homie. I'm the president, the president.
Shout out to everybody with the mayonnaise on the elbow. Thank y'all for watching. I'm gonna wrap this one up.
Mayonnaise on your elbow. Mayonnaise on your elbow. You got mayonnaise on your elbow. You got mayonnaise on. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done.